Okay, so continuing from here, H is less than AC is less than AB. Ambiguous case exists. So this is how we determine that the ambiguous case exists in the first place. But we haven't solved the question yet. Okay, so now we will solve the whole question. So now if you want to solve for the triangle, I divide right out. So the triangle looks like this. A, C, B, and then here is the height, and then here is where I found the isosceles C prime or C1, and then here is 20 cm given, 14 cm given, and then here we can automatically say it's 14 cm because isosceles is the right angle, and then here is 40 degrees. So just now I said that how we prove that the ambiguous case exists. So how we look at it is like this. So sketch first. Sketch triangle ABC in the diagram on the right. So this is what we did. So make sure you can visualize the whole triangle. Imagination skills. So sketch the triangle ABC on the right. So this is how we actually sketch it. So this is how the sketch looks like. And then, so where are the two triangles that we can detect here from this diagram? The two small triangles in one large triangle. So we see here, right, the large triangle, bigger picture is ABC. And the new triangle we found, thanks to the ambiguous case, is the isosceles triangle here, which is this triangle. Don't look at the isosceles. ABC prime. Because we want to have the same letters as ABC. So we take this triangle and the whole big triangle. We take this triangle, the label is BCC prime, which we don't want. So ABC prime, because I use C prime. So now we do for triangle ABC. Because if you see in triangle C prime, we don't have much info here. Two angles here, we don't have info. We only have these two lengths, so we can't solve much here. So we will follow for triangle ABC. For triangle ABC, so this is the last triangle. So let's see. You want to find this angle first, because you know why? If you find this angle, this is the right angle here. You can find this angle. This angle will be same as this angle, and we already know this angle based on this angle. So everything will come together after we find this one angle only. So that's why they chose this way to solve. So sine angle C, we are applying sine rule, not yet cosine. So we see from the big picture that 20 cm is opposite to this sine angle C and is equal to, let's find another pair of opposite angles. Look at the big picture, we can see that 40 cm is opposite to 40 degrees. So that's why they put equals sine 40 over 14 cm. So how we see here is sine angle C equals sine 40 times 20 over 14. So you'll get sine angle C is equal to sine 40 times 20 over 14. Don't leave your answer here. This is not angle C yet. This is sine angle C. There is a difference here. When you add sine angle C, is a trigonometric function, not an angle, a definite angle yet. So this is why students get confused usually at this part. So what you have to do is you have to differentiate these two things. Angle C, let's say, is 45, and sine angle C is 0.1983. So how we actually find angle C is, you see, sine angle C is actually sine times angle C. There is a times relationship there. So how we get times, how can we separate the times is, we throw it to the other side. That's how we do it in maths. 9183. So we will throw the sign to the other side because sign here what? So we will take 0.9183 over sign. When we bring the sign up here, when we over sign is sine power 1. So we bring the sign up is times sine power -1. This is why in the calculator we use shift sign, because shift sign gets to sine power -1. That's how we prove it in a working sense, what we are doing actually. So you take sine 40 times 20 per 14, 0.19. Use this value in the calculator. Shift sign on top button here and the sign here. You will get 66.67. Yeah, 66.67. Okay. So this angle here is 66.67. So without calculation, here we know directly 66.67 isosceles triangle. So now they want to find is angle C and angle B. So we already found angle C there. This is the answer, one of it. 66.67 is angle C. So angle C is this thing over here. Now we have to find angle B now. Let's see, angle C prime R. Because sine, right? Sine here, you press your calculator, right? Sine 30, you get 0.5. If I shift the angle, 180 minus 30, sine 150. If I tell you, you also get 0.5. Try in the calculator, you get it. Because complementary angles, both you add up is 180. This can apply to sine. Wait, not complementary. Supplementary angles. Complementary is 90 degrees. So if you try with cos, let's say cos 60, 0.5, then cos 120, you'll get a negative because of the quadrant. This one you'll learn in your chapter 6 and maths trigonometry. Because sine and anywhere you'll still get positive. I just go through the chapter a bit. Sine 30, 30 is here. All add sugar to coffee. Here all positive, sine positive, tangent positive, cos positive. So sine 30, you should be expecting positive because all the trigo functions are positive. And if sine 150, sine 150 is like this whole thing is 150. But the reference angle still remains as 30. So it's the same value. And here also sine is positive in any way. So that's why you get same value for both. You don't have a negative answer. So that is one of your answers. And then now we find the angle C prime. Means basically this angle over here, the opposite. So we can use the angles on a straight line concept also. 180 minus 66.67. You will get 113.32. This is your second answer for angle C. One is 66.67, and then you just take 180 minus 66.67, you will get 113.32. So this is how you get for your C. B will be a different case. Okay, for B now, I'll maintain this triangle here, so it's easier. Okay, now for angle B. There's two angles B also here, if you notice, angle B and angle B1. So angle B first, how we find angle B is triangle, right? So total angle is 180. And then you see the bigger picture, this whole angle B here. There's a triangle here, and a triangle here. So you take this angle minus this angle. Look at the big picture. Don't focus on one triangle only. So this is how you get your angle B. Angle B doesn't mean these small angles here. We want to look at the big angle over here. So you will get 73.32. This is your first answer. Then the next one, angle B1. Let me see, angle B1. Always refer back to this small triangle because we are using one big triangle and this triangle over here. The angles also you based on it. When you use this big triangle, they have to find angle C means use this. This small triangle, they ask to find angle C means use C prime. If they ask angle B big triangle, use this angle B at the top here, the whole thing, because the whole triangle. And then you focus on this triangle again. Angle B is this one. We already have this, right? We already found earlier. So now angle B prime, 180 minus 40 minus 113.32. So you will get 26.68. And that is the question. And this is how you apply the whole thing. In this case, they didn't ask to sketch the triangle. So it's one word reduced for you. But usually in the exam, they will break it up into two parts, this question. That's how they increase the marks to reach the maximum 10. So yeah, this is the question. That's all for the ambiguous case in the textbook. Yeah. And then the next one, last one, we are solving a problem involving the sine rule. Let's see. Okay, this is the last one, the sine rule problem, which will also involve the ambiguous case actually. The solving problem related to sine rule. And this is just not sine rule as we saw at the starting question. This is plus. This is plus your ambiguous case knowledge. Ambiguous case. Even in a flagpole, you can already form a triangle. So this is how they apply it into your daily life, a Malaysia flagpole. And then they want you to find some distances between people. So they gave three people here. Aryan. I draw stick man because I cannot draw the face actually. So like this. The flagpole is along here. Flagpole is like this. And the Malaysia flag flies like this. something like this, and then it's here, another person is here. The distances are not accurate, of course, because it's a random drawing. And it's ASEAN, Badol, and then here is Christine. So the question goes like this. ASEAN and Christine, so you don't need to know, stand in front. Elevation angle. Elevation angle. I think if I'm not wrong, this is known as sudut dongakan, I think. Yeah, sudut dongakan in Malay. So it's called sudut dongakan from top of pole off top of pole. The form is where the angle is located at off top of pole from ASEAN. So you have to construct the triangle by yourself. The question didn't give the triangle. You have to draw it from the pole to the person and the pole from the leg of the pole to the leg of the person from the top of the pole. So this is how it looks. This is one of the info they gave. So let's see how we found the triangle in the end, connecting these three people. Okay, we don't use the people here. We just use the names to represent the people. So this is how they look. This is how the triangle comes. Because there are three people, so you are expecting the top of the pole touches at 3 points. Because there are three people, means 3 feet. What? So, and then the height of the triangle, the height of the pole also is 1. So there will be 4 sides touching the base of the triangle in total. So the triangle looks like this. Wait, I tell the other info first. Elevation, angle of top of pole from Christine. This another person is 50 degrees. So 50 degrees here. And then Badol is standing on the left, as shown in the diagram, on the left of the pole. An elevation angle from of top of pole from him is same as Christine. Of top of pole from him is same as Christine. Means the angle is basically the same. This angle over here, 50. So that you see, isn't it? Then the isosceles triangle being formed. You already see 250 degrees angle here. Means there's an isosceles triangle thing going on somewhere in the diagram. If you sketch it out completely, so how the one more info. Distance, I have to give you a length, you cannot solve anything in the end. Distance between ASEAN and Christine equals 35 meters. So now the question, find the distance between ASEAN and Badol. So you have to make an assumption here. If not, we cannot solve this problem. So the assumption they gave in this daily life situation is assumption. The height of 3 of them are the same. So sometimes when we are solving math problems, there are a lot of assumptions that we need to consider, or else we cannot solve it in the end without these assumptions. That's why it's in daily life situation, because we are talking about things of height. So what is the chance actually that three people actually have the same height? There's no chance, but they have to say this, then only we can solve the problem. So using this info, we have to construct the triangle. Okay, let's construct it. Okay. So they already said, since their names all start like this, right? ASEAN, Badul, Christine, and top of flagpole. We make an assumption. Because triangles, we have points like this, right? A, B, C, let's say triangle A, B, C. So now we make the assumption that the points are A, B, C, and D. So you have to write this in the exam. You cannot just simply put A, B, C because you don't know A represent which person's name. So you take the front letter, ASEAN start with A, so we put A. Badul start with B, we put B. Christine start with C, we put C. Flagpole randomly put D. So that's how they assume it. So we will construct the triangle like this. Originally, the triangle is between ASEAN and Christine. So where the isosceles triangle comes and joins is at Badul actually. That's why they use the third person to form the triangle. It looks like this. So this is ASEAN actually, we put A. This is the top of the flagpole, we put D. And then here is C, Christine. So this is the height of the flagpole. And then here is where Badul is. Means this same as this. So okay. And then we fill up the angles. Elevation of pole from top of pole from ASEAN is 36. So the T is from ASEAN is 36. Means 36 comes here. Always read the angle after the part from ASEAN. So we put 36 here. And then elevation angle top of pole from Christine is 50. From Christine. So we put the angle 50 here. And then they said here is same because we found isosceles already, right? So here is automatically 50. Here is 90, 90. Height is always perpendicular. So they said distance between ASEAN and Christine is 35. The whole thing is 35 meters. And then they asked to find distance between ASEAN and Badul. Is this one? What question mark? Okay, so how we find this is actually let's see which triangle can we use first. Okay, we take this triangle first because you can see it's isosceles, right? So we will find angle BDC, 180 minus 50 minus 50. So we get it as 80. And then another triangle, ABC, the whole picture. Then it's only BDC is 80. The whole picture is ADC. It's this whole angle over here. 180 minus 50 minus 36. So we will get 94. So 94 is the whole thing here. Means this angle is 14. Huh? 94 minus 80. Angle ADB. Always refer to the middle letter of the angle to determine where it is. So now we apply the sine rule. This is where the knowledge comes. So let's see. DC over sine 36. So you see, this length we pair to this angle, and the 35 we can pair to this sine 94. We want to find DC now. Because they asked to find this finally, what? So if we find this, we know this. Then we can apply sine rule second time. BC over sine 36 is 35 over sine 94. So DC is 35 times sine 36 over sine 94. So you will get DC is equal to 20.6227 meter. That's the answer for DC. So DC is this. DC is equal to dB is equal to 20.6227 meter. So then we apply sine rule second time. First. So when we apply sine rule the second time, it look like this. Okay. You want to find BC now. BC, so that we can get AB, because we know this whole thing is 35 already. So let me see this. Yeah, we cannot find AB because wait. We can actually find AB directly. If you see here, there's a triangle here. So we can take AB over sine 14 is dB over that length, over that angle over there. Let me try and see. So we try that. AB over sine 14 is dB is 20.6227 over sine 36. Let's see whether we can get the answer or not. Shortcut method. 36. So you need to know how to shift the angle so don't get confused and make a careless mistake there. Remember the cross multiply thing, 20.6227 times sine 14 over sine 36. So we will get, we get the answer directly. You can skip a lot of steps. You don't need to find this first, then take this minus this. Directly see this triangle here, you can already solve for AB. So the answer is 8.488 meter. That is your answer for the question. So we don't need to apply. Basically, we apply two sine rule again, but we don't need an extra step at the end. So that is it. Ambiguous case has been covered already. Next week will be cosine rule. So yeah, this is the thing. So next week we will just continue with some exercises on the ambiguous case based on the textbook, and then we can enter cosine rule already surely next week. And then I will show you some slides on the ambiguous case as well also. Okay, thank you.